No matter where I go, I always like to have at least my phone with me. The reason being is it has a pretty decent camera on it, and I'm able to capture all kinds of footage and images for later usage, for inspiration, for reference. Finding a really good balance for myself when I'm trying to draw stylistically helps whenever I have really good reference on hand. And sometimes when I go to the Kansas City Zoo, I will take the time to just stay near where the animals are and just wait for really good opportunities to see them acting naturally as they would in their environments. It's really interesting to me because every single time I look back at footage, I'll catch another little bit of an instance where I hadn't noticed how maybe an ear had flicked or how their body moves. All of this is so different from how we as humans move around and interact with the world. And I am so fascinated by the way, and it's really funny having grown up and seen Disney movies and other animated stuff where back in the day, a lot of the animators would have animals on hand to study and look at, to pick up those little characteristics and sort of give them some edge into being a little bit more humanistic. That fascinates me. That is always something that I've never really fully understood or really applied to a lot of my work. But the more I go out and the more I film, like the heft and the weight on this rhino, God, look at that face. It's such a cutie. I was really, really, really pleased it was out. There was some construction going on nearby, which is one of the reasons why you're not hearing any of the zoo sounds, just me talking and the music in the background. But even looking at, I had never really realized there was hair on the tips of those ears. All this time that I'd seen this animal and I'd never noticed that before. And I guess this is the other thing too, getting this close to one of these really brings home how big they are. I don't even know what that would be like to stand right next to one, but I came within 6 feet of one at the zoo, so it still blows my mind. It's like when I'm working cattle or stuff. These little guys are always my favorites. These little wildcats, God, the look on his face. This one really cracked me up. This one looked like it was a younger one, but I don't know if this was a newer edition or not, but it really had the business to give this log. That's exactly how my cat Luna would make little biscuits on me. Made me laugh so much watching this. These are freaking adorable. These are sand cats, and there were 2 of them in the display there. It only got spooked when this kid came running up to the glass to take a really good look at it. And then this one here, I think this is a caracal? God, I'm getting the name wrong on that one. Beautiful cat. I didn't realize that the lions they had there, after all this time, I didn't realize these were neutered males. This guy just looked foreboding as hell. He shows up in a couple of video clips that I had. Some of them he just kept flying in front of the camera. Really nice looking, interesting bird. I forget which this one is. I am not as familiar with exotic birds, but the mannerisms are so great. This little dude right here, I guess he was looking for something to build his nest with or something, but I don't even know what sort of bird this was. He was probably about 6 to 10 feet from me. Really adorable little guy. Finally, he found one little twig that he was happy with. He was like, I'm off. And this interesting duck, this gentleman, stately, walking around in the grass. I don't know what he found. And then this guy, I could not find an identification for that guy back there. And while I was looking at him, I had a visitor. It was the bird from earlier. Came flopping in right in front of me. Guess he wanted to be back on camera. This was such a cute little moment. These 2 cardinals exchanging food, feeding one another. I thought that was really beautiful. Just gorgeous. I love when the cardinals end up showing up here in my yard where I'm able to feed them. And even this, sometimes I've seen animals over and over again, exotic animals in different zoos, and just the striations on them. That's good influence for maybe some sort of science fiction or fantasy animal. Bird plumage is always just so wild to look at. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I know so many people think the warthogs are weird looking animals. I think they are gorgeous. Just beautiful, beautiful animals. The same goes for octopuses. Octopi? I think that's the correct plurality there. Look at this, and I love watching them. There's always something new to discover about how they move, what they look like. I'm amazed by the overall way they are. They're just so weird and mysterious in all the best ways. I also had an opportunity to touch this, a horseshoe crab. I've always had a bucket list going of different animals that I wanted to interact with. You know, a shark is definitely on there, a crocodile's definitely on there. Touching this, basically a living fossil, was amazing. It feels exactly like how I thought it would. And last but certainly not least, cheetahs. These guys are so awesome. Their eyeliner game is on point. They're one of the fastest, if not the fastest land animal out there, at least as far as cats are concerned. But they're so dope. They're so chill. Just the way they're laying there. Like, look at this guy. He's just enjoying the best life, sniffing the air, checking out the scents. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. I like sharing stuff like this. This is the sort of thing I do when I have time to go to the zoo or just go on a walk in a park or something and just get some reference. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.